Kia ora, boys and girls. Welcome to another episode of The Drop Clutch with me, Ricky V. In this series, I'm interviewing as many metal drummers from around New Zealand as I can get to, just to try and get some insight into what makes these guys and girls tick. My guest tonight is someone that I think is absolutely fucking awesome, and we have even played in the same band at different times, but we both drummed for the same band. She has been the drummer for Heathen Collective, The Grudge, which was a Tool covers band, All Good, which was a Mudvayne covers band. She is currently in Adventures of Mike Joffa and Radar Angel, which is a little bit out of metal, but still plays drums, super relevant. So my guest tonight is Saz Scanlan. Saz, how you doing?
Hey friend. Good to see you, Ricky.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, I'm so happy to have a chat with you because actually it's been a while since we've seen each other, to be honest. So it's like really nice to even just see you and say hello.
Fuck yes, absolutely it is. Absolutely it is.
Yeah.
So to get us started, Saz, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Tell us about the bands you're in, particularly with Mike Joffa, because that's the one that you are currently in. Tell us how you joined them and all that good stuff.
Yeah. Well, kia ora e te whānau. As Ricky said, I'm Saz. I'm here from Pōniki, born and bred in Wellington. I've been drumming since, I think I started when I was around 9 or 10 years old. Before that, my family, there's a lot of piano players in my family, and when it was my turn to learn, far out, it was just, to me, the most punishing instrument. But I did lessons for a while, but then eventually one day I went round to a friend's house and his big brother had a drum kit, and as soon as I saw it and was like, oh my God, what is that thing? And he showed me how it worked, and I got to sit down and have a smash on the drums. I was like, this is the thing for me. Like, sorry piano, like, sorry family, like, piano's time is up. Yeah, well, it was just so much fun, and I don't know, just like, yeah, I think the rhythm, like, just, you know, just feeling it was cool, and yeah, just high, like, I'm a pretty high energy person anyway, so the drums really resonated with me. So that's where it all began.
Fuck yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
And so tell us about joining Adventures of Mike Joffa.
Oh yeah, so yeah, these boys, playing with three of my best mates that I've known for a long time. But the Adventures of Mike Joffa has been, well, I should say Mike Joffa, the persona, has been around for a long time. And when I was studying music with these guys, this band was already kind of like in the works, and they've kind of usually had a cycle of it's two main guitarists, Doug and Zeke, that write a bunch of songs, and then for when they're putting out an album, they'll get a bass player and a drummer for that album, and then do that, gig it, and then the next, like, they'll refresh the, I wouldn't say the vibe, but just refresh the personnel. Next album, different backline in there. So yeah, it was actually pre-COVID. I got the call and I was like, yes, because I've actually, you know, it's been, man, I've known those guys for like 20 years, and so I was like, finally I get to like have my turn doing Joffa. So yeah, they just asked me and I said yes, because I love their music. It's really cool.
Fuck yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, you mentioned that how you got started drumming and how long you've been drumming. So that is that question there. Thanks so much, Saz. Moving on, can you tell us who some of your favorite drummers are, and whose style do you think has influenced your playing the most over the years?
Oh, good question. I love playing metal, but my early influences are really, it's a lot of punk music, like bands like Lagwagon, even old Blink 182, the Ataris, just the, you know, some of that's like pop punk, but yeah, just really fast energy, like fast and heavy energy playing.
Sure.
Yeah, probably the biggest two drummers that have had the influence on me it'd be Taylor Hawkins, R.I.P. from the Fooey's. That guy is the man. So amazing, his drums. And also Chad Smith from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Those two, they're really that kind of rock pop punky vibe that yeah, I learned like every album of theirs that they came out. I learned every track on all those albums. Like those two guys. Yeah, they had my heart. I just love their drumming styles, and they're so recognizable, both of those two as well, which was like quite cool. And then like they're awesome and they're just so unique. And then I guess as time went on, like the other big heavy hitters, and there will be so it goes without saying, but everyone knows Danny Carey. Come on, people.
For sure.
That guy, like he's amazing. Just learning his stuff and how that guy's brain works is just even incredible for just your dexterity and working the creative parts that like other drummers don't really have.
Sure.
And another big one is when I really got into Megadeth, Nick Menza, like that guy. So those would be my big four, and then I just want to throw honorable mention to Dennis Chambers, Mr. Funk, like he's the man.
Yeah. Oh man, what a fucking lineup! Great job. Yeah. Did you get to go see the Foo Fighters when they came recently?
No, but I've seen them before. Up in Auckland, and outstanding.
Amazing 3-hour show, and he just fucking goes. Dave just does not stop. That is fucking ridiculous. Yeah. Taylor Hawkins is actually a huge influence on mine as well. When I first started drumming, he was pretty much at the same time that I started drumming, I discovered Foo Fighters. And so similar kind of thing. I just learned all his stuff. So like all of those guys are great, but I have got I won't get it out, but I have got the Taylor Hawkins eagle tattooed on my I've got it on my Achilles heel.
Right on.
Yeah, he was a big part of my journey as well. Cool. So you have had the pleasure of playing a number of gigs with a number of bands, and can you tell us who your favorite drummer is that you've got to see live?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Put me on the spot. For real, it'll have to be Danny Carey, because that guy's legit. Like everything that was on the album, he replicated. I've seen Tool 3 times and just so impressed. I know that's not everyone's like cup of tea, and but he, for sure, the most memorable and impressive for me, just being like, man, he's legit. Like he's doing all that stuff, all those sounds he replicates, all his electronica worked in with his acoustic drums, like incredible.
Fuck yeah. And he's still doing it, and he's like 60 now, and he's still doing it.
Yeah. Easy as he still plays in that bloody, I think it's his basketball top and whatever. Just like so low key about it all.
Tell us, Saz. This has been a difficult one for the other drummers that I've asked, or for some of the other drummers that I've asked to answer. But hopefully you can dig a little bit deeper. Can you tell us, or how would you describe your style?
Oh, it's definitely like punk and rock mixed together, and then I tasted metal in there. Like I love some double kicks, so punk rock, and then also too that vibe of the classic, the old school alternative section at the CD store. Like that's my kind of vibe. Like just listenable, not too over the top, but that's what I would say.
Oh, fantastic! That's a great answer. Thank you so much.
So pass the test.
Yeah, absolutely, you did. So you mentioned when talking about Adventures of Mike Joffa that Dougie and Zeke write everything and then get it out there. Is that including the drums, or do they write the guitars and the structures and then come to you and then you write the drums?
It's pretty collaborative. I write the drums, but also, those guys will have an idea for a beat, and if that's what the beat sounds the best, that's what it is. So I'd say, and with all the bands that I've played in, apart from covers bands, because the songs are written to play them how they are, but when it comes to originals, I feel like I'm pretty open with it. It's like, hey, give me your feedback. I don't know everything. I don't hear everything. So I'm always down for people being like, actually try this beat out. And if the beat, whatever the beat is, like who came up with it, doesn't matter if it sounds good. It's definitely collaborative, and it's really cool working with those guys, because some we've got this upcoming album for Joffa, and some of them are just boys being like, oh, do singing out a thing, and it's like, that's it. That's the beat.
Is there a specific technique that you are working on perfecting at the moment?
Oh, I think honestly, always for me is it's just a roll around the kit, because I'm left-handed and I play open-handed. So when, usually if you're playing the old, the traditional way, when you go to do a fill around the kit, you're leading with that right hand. But because I'm left-handed and I naturally want to lead with my left hand, there's a bit of a tangle there. So that's like one of the simplest drumming techniques. It's always just perfecting like a nice, like clean, tidy roll around the kit. Like that's my goal, to not be tangled up in myself.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I imagine that would be a pain in the ass to overcome, man. Fuck, I can't imagine leading with my wrong hand. That'd be fucking weird.
Yeah, I reckon there's plenty of other advantages of playing open-handed. Like there's like lots of space for being able to cut in and out things when you're not coming from this position, but just that simple roll around the kit, that's a tricky little bugger, that one.
Sure.
Yeah. The other thing too, that I draw, it's purely a time thing. I really want to learn the old get my double kicks up to that black metal speed where they're doing the old swivel, like the pivot technique. Oh. Man, that's cool, but far out, it takes a lot of time just sitting there with trying to get the actual technique, because it's, one day, that's just a personal goal. I don't think,
Sure.
One day we'll do.
Sure. And yet there's like 16-year-olds who just master it. What?
Yeah, hard out, eh? Maybe just old, eh? My time's up.
Yeah, I feel that. Now, going back to what I mentioned at the start, both you and I have played drums for the Heathen Collective. Fuck yeah, we have.
Buddies.
The Heathen Buddies, yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about your time? Because you were with them for quite a while, eh? So can you tell us about your time in Heathen?
Oh, I love the Heathens. That vibe of music it's groove metal, which is like right up my alley. Like still metal, but there's some feel in there. I know those boys, they're cool lads, and I really love the tunes. And man, what a wild band to be in. The old March of the Dirty Wizards tours, like there was a lot of like sleeping in the back of vans after shows and things like that. But man, I played around the whole country with that band, and I know you have as well. Like those guys, they make it happen, and it's just such an experience. I feel like that band it's not just about the music, like it really is like the Heathen like collective, as in like the whole part of it.
Yes. I feel what you say. Oh, fuck yeah. I feel what you're saying about sleeping in the back of vans. I am now very comfortable sleeping in the driver's seat of whatever car I'm in because of Heathen Collective. Because we'd be going to a city and there was no accommodation. There was no plan for accommodation. We were just going to sleep where our heads fell. So I definitely learned a lot from being in that band, and I take some of the lessons that I learned with me now and apply them now, for better or for worse.
Yeah, there's a lot of recall about you. Like, remember that time when? Let's not do that again.
Yes, absolutely. Alrighty, Saz, we are just about at the end of the show, but first we're going to play a little game that I call First, Last, Best, and Worst. So in this, I want you to tell us, it's all about the shows that you've played, really. So I want you to tell us what the very first show was that you ever played drums on, what the last gig that you had was. I want you to tell us about the best show that you've ever played, whether it was you played the best, or it was the best band that you supported, or it was, whatever the best vibe. And then worst. So that can be worst show. That can also be worst or funniest moment. You hit the snare and the stick come back and hit you in the eye. Like snare skin broke or something like that. So start us off, please, with the first show that you ever played.
Oh, so the first show I ever played was at Valhalla, but at the time it was called Valve Bar, and I think I maybe was 14 or 15 years old, and I was playing in this punk band called Tacit. Don't ask me why we were called that, but that was our first gig. We got like a gig at Valve Bar, and it was all very like you had to get there first, and like secret we're underage, but I think everyone in Wellington that knows the old Valve Bar like knew how that rolled. Like the owners, they were super cool. They knew people just wanted to come there and play music. It was all safe and all good. But yeah, that's my like claim to fame, like first gig at the Valve. Like so stoked about that.
Oh, that's fucking awesome choice.
Hard out.
What was the last gig you played?
The last gig I had was in at Nui Hui number 5 in Wainua a couple of weekends ago. Yeah, with the Adventures of Mike Joffa.
Nice.
And it was such a good time put on by the mighty Rob
Robert
from
Morgan.
yeah, he's the man, that guy. He does so much. And there was heaps of cool bands playing, and it was in like an old converted like mechanical warehouse type thing. I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, it was awesome. So that's the last one I played.
Speaking of Robert Morgan and playing in bands together, I actually played drums for Burning Embers when I was about 20 years old. Yes, I was. That was the first band that I was in.
Holy.
Yeah. Have you ever played for Burning Embers?
No.
No? Okay. Because it feels like fucking everybody in Wellington has.
Really? Oh, somehow I either dodged the bullet or like. But you know what? I bought it's probably you. I have it upstairs. I've got a Burning Embers CD that I bought off Robert, like off the street one day, like before I knew who he was. Like you're probably on that CD that I've got.
No, that was. Well, I mean, there's been a revolving door of members of that band, but I never recorded with them. I started over at Kemp's place in Wainui. But no, I never actually recorded anything with them, which is for the better because like I'm a shit drummer now. I was way fucking worse back then.
Man, I love your drumming.
Oh, I appreciate that. I fucking love your drumming, man. Yeah, okay. So no, you weren't in Burning Embers because I was wondering. Yeah. 20 years old, first band. That was a trip.
Oh, yeah, cool.
That was an experience.
Yeah, I reckon it would be.
What's the best show that you've ever played? Whether that was you played the best or it was just a great vibe or whatever. Tell us about the best show, please, Saz.
It's actually a bit left field, but like the best one I reckon that I've played like just for my soul recently and in a long time was actually I play in this Misfits covers band called Horror Business, and we just do like a show like once a year, usually on Halloween. But the first show I played with those guys, it was the bomb because I've been playing metal for so long, and it was really cool to go back to like a punk set, and it was 45 minutes long, which is not crazy long, but Misfits songs are like 2 minutes long, so it's like 25 songs in the set, just like bupping them out. And I don't know, it was really satisfying and awesome. Sorry, metal music, but got my heart for the best gig, I reckon.
That sounds like a fucking great time though. Fuck yeah.
It's fun. Yeah.
All right, and lastly, the worst show or the funniest moment, please.
The worst show, hands down, and as we talk about things we learn from in the past, our mistakes, was I was playing in this. It's like a thrash speed metal band called Winterborn.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You remember Winterborn?
Yeah.
And I had the flu. I had the flu of some kind anyway. And we had this gig in Levin, and I was on Struggle Street but I was like, right, I have to do this show, like it's all booked in, okay. And so I picked up from the shop a bunch of those Lemsip satchels, you just add hot water and it's like lemon honey, but it's like slightly medicated, right? And then also because I was about, 24 years old and just, one at that age, my second go-to for when I was sick with the flu was to have a hot toddy, which is like basically a lemon honey ginger tea, and you add whiskey into it. So I combined all these things, lemon, honey, ginger, whiskey, and the Lemsip sachets. And I had this big thermos of it. And on the drive to Levin in the back of the car, like drinking this thermos. And by the time we got to the show, no, I was just like off the chain. I played the set. I don't remember that set, but I remember my bandmates being like, oh my gosh, Saz, you played that like just so fast and so messy. And then after that, I just went to sleep in the back of the car and they drove me home again. So maybe that also was my best gig because I learned a big lesson about know your limits at that one.
Yeah. Oh.
Good thing it was in Levin, like, man, undercover Levin, so all good. My reputation survived.
Yes. Oh, wow, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Party on.
That's awesome. All right, so, Saz, this is the very last part of the show where you get to make any plugs that you want to make, and make any shout outs to any people that you want to make. Saz, the floor is yours.
Oh, thanks, Ricky. Well, I will do my number one shout out to the Adventures of Mike Joffa. We've got an album coming out this year called Trials. So we've dropped a few singles from that, which you can find on our Facebook page. Go along, check that out. My other shout outs, obviously, to Radar Angel, my other band. Those boys are the man. I love them all. And yeah, big, massive love to all the Heathens. I was in that band for 10 years. And it was a hard thing. Yeah, it was a hard thing to say goodbye and move on to some new things. But I love those boys. So shot to them for all, being so supportive and just, lifting me up along the way and things where I needed it. So yeah.
Sure.
That's, man, everyone I've met along the way, I've got so many great people in my life. We'll be here for 2 hours, Ricky, if I go down the sentimental, the route. But yeah, I'm just really I've got a really lot of great supportive people in my life.
Sure.
And it's just, it's awesome. I've always got heaps of opportunities for music, which I'm so thankful for. So yeah.
Awesome.
Thanks, life. You've been good to me.
Yeah. 10 years in Heathen. Holy
I think
fuck.
So much. Yeah.
Holy fuck. You are a tough woman. Fuck it. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Thank you, Ricky. I take that with the way it's intended because, man, that's tough fucking times for sure.
Oh, fucking hell. Oh my God. All right. Well, Saz, I fucking love you, man. I love every time I see you. You are awesome. Thank you so much for being on my show.
Oh, man, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. It's been nice, such great, awesome catching up with you. You're the man. I can't wait to see you gig next.
Fuck yeah. Coming up soon, March 16th at Valhalla and supporting Imperial Slave. Come see Teeth and Nails. All right. Fucking Teeth and Nails. All right. Well, thank you so much to Saz. Thank you so much for watching. We are out.